It was my senior year in high school. It was on a really cold Friday evening, like really cold. It was about 5 o'clock actually, and it was 2 hours for game time. We're all in the locker room, getting ready for the game. We're all getting hyped, listening to music and stuff like that, banging on the lockers because we can. And we're all just waiting, and then after that, we all just start waiting outside for the buses to get here. The buses ended up showing till 6 o'clock, which is, longer than usual because we usually get to the game at 5:30. And after when the buses got here, we all started heading up towards the bus. And once everyone just sits on the bus on the ride over to La Havre Stadium, everyone is just in complete silence. Not one word, no one did anything on the bus. It was just complete silence because we're all focused and getting ready for the game. Once we step off the bus and headed towards the field, we see San Clemente, which is our opposing team. They're on the field doing the drills already, and we just got there. We're like, oh shit, man, dude, we're not even ready for this. Like, what are we even doing here? But to most of us, this game meant everything because it was our second round in CIF playoffs for football. And after that, we all start heading towards the field. Once we got on the field, we started doing our stretching as usual, and we started doing our drills. 30 minutes from game time, where I start feeling really nervous, like everyone on the team, even the coaches. And then 15 minutes passes by, we all start heading towards the locker room. As we get to the locker room, everyone starts putting on their pads on the helmet, their guards, and start eating some energy bars for the starters to actually play. As we start heading towards the field, right before we head out, our head coach, Coach Giotti, he says a speech, and at the end of the speech, he says a prayer. And that prayer, it really touched our hearts because for this game, we dedicate this game to the big man upstairs. As we walk out towards the field, we hear the national anthem going on. So we all wait there, holding our teammates' hands in respect. As it was over, we heard the announcer say, "Now please welcome your Sonora Raiders!" And we all start heading out towards the field, getting ready for the kickoff as kickoff team gets in formation. Once the whistle was blown, we all start hauling ass, down the field. They get the ball down at the 60-yard line, so the rest of my defensive team comes out. 8 minutes passes by, we're already exhausted, and, we start calling too many timeouts actually for both teams. And then the first quarter passes by, and after that, the second quarter passes by. 2 minutes before the second quarter ended, they had the ball, and we were on D at the 60-yard line. They go for a run on my right side, which is my right side, and me and the running back, we both just collide helmets together. Like, the impact was so huge that you can feel the pain by just watching the play. I get up, he fumbles, I dive for the ball, the tight end dives for the ball as well, and I get the ball first, and the tight end tries to rip the ball out of my hands. After that, everyone on the field just starts dogpiling us, and the next thing I know, I wake up in the hospital bed, and with my parents right beside me. And my mom's there crying on my lap, because I had no idea what happened. And the next thing I know, the doctor comes in. The doctor said I had suffered a really, brutal concussion and suffered some in-head bleeding. And he tells me, what can I remember from the game? And I couldn't remember anything. The last thing I can remember was a group presentation that I had on Wednesday. That's almost 42 hours of life that I've forgotten. After that, my teammates The next day, again, I wake up from the hospital bed with my parents on my right side and my teammates on my left. The teammates had told me that they had lost the game from 26-30, and they were okay with it. Next thing I know, my head coach, Coach Giotti, he comes up to me with the limit of balloons that the hospital would allow to give him and a present. And he says to me, I would rather lose a game, any game in my life, than lose a member of my family. For football, to all of us, we're all family. We treat each other like family. We love each other equally. And to me, knowing that I have, people who care about me is one of the best feelings ever.